Hello folks, now if you're struggling with what weapon to pick in Monster Hunter, can I heartily recommend the bow to you? Now I started off using dual blades and I did think they were really good, but they're a little bit, well, stressy and you've got to get right in to get the damage in, and I found that sometimes a little bit difficult. It's something that I'm definitely going to go back to, but I was kind of at a loss then as to where to go. Well, on stream I got recommended to use the bow and, well, quite frankly, it's brilliant. And it's now my primary weapon. It is brilliant for attacking, well, from a semi-distance, because you can't attack from quite as far away as you might think. However, you can dish loads of damage, there's loads of combos to it, and there's a few combat loops and play loops that you can use just to grind a monster's HP down. So what I'm going to do is show you the basics of the bow, the combos that I've been using, and show you what else it can do as well, because it really is, in my mind, at the moment, the best weapon in the game, even though I'm only saying that because I've only played 3 weapons. But still, you know, let's get on with it. Now, first things first, you can aim the bow just by pressing L2, because I'm using the PlayStation, and then you can see, look, I've got an orange line, and you can see, look, I've got an orange reticle there. Now, as I back off, you'll see the reticle will disappear because I go out of range. It'll also say out of range as well when you're trying to scrap within a battle. But as I get closer, you can see there, look, that means I'm within range to fire the bow. Okay, so this is your kind of furthest way you can get from your targets. Remember, that applies to monsters, so it's quite close quarters for a bow, but still gives you a lot more time to dodge out of the way. And dodging, of course, is done with X. You just hold in a direction and you'll dodge in that direction. Pachoomf, pachoomf, pachoomf. There we are, there's lovely. There's me dodge, me charging shine step, yes. Now, the other thing targeting mode does is it highlights wounds on the animal, currently a cart, but hold on L2, look, and it'll highlight the wounds. These are weak points, and if you destroy the wounds, then of course you're going to get an extra bit of damage out of them. There are some tempered monsters out there who have like purpley blue wounds. If you destroy those wounds, they will drop lots of goodies for you to pick up, so keep an eye on the wound colour, particularly when you're fighting tempered monsters later on in the game. We've got a blue wound on his flank there. Let's lock on. 3, go. There we go, and then stuff has popped out of it. Look, lovely, and then drop. There we go. We've got a scale. We've got a hide. It's excellent. Well worth doing that. Now, L2 is aiming. R2 is firing and holding for shots. So if I just aim in a general direction, I'll tap R2 once. He'll fire one single arrow, look, like that. Okay. If I charge and I fire twice, 1, 2, you'll shoot 2 arrows, and if I do it a third time, you'll shoot 3. Okay, so all you need to do is just tap it 3 times in a row to go. You get 1 arrow, 2 arrows, 3 arrows, bang, like that. Nice, very handy for running around and whipping off quick shots. And don't underestimate using these quickly as well when you're in a scrap, because you're going to find that you want to just get as much damage on the beastie as possible. So just by doing things like this in quick succession, you'll get a nice selection of kick-ins administered. You can also use circle to just get a quick shot off like that, bang, and then if you fire straight away afterwards, you get a power volley there as well. So you can just quickly tap these in quick succession. Another way to get 2 shots off really quick when you're in a bit of a panic. Now, the next 2 shots you can just whip out with having to aim or anything like that. You've got your dragon piercer, which is 1 singular arrow. Okay, so you just press triangle, circles here. I'll kind of aim in the right place, and then you'll shoot 1 powerful arrow, badoosh, like that. And then also you've got the 1,000 dragons, which you can whip out as well, but you've got to hold R2 in order to do this. And instead of it just being 1 arrow, it'll be a few of them. It'll be like a wider spread of them, which will give you a chance to perhaps take out various other parts of a monster as it runs past you trying to rip your face off. So you can see you've got one because there's multiple arrows come out like that. But there is a bit of recoil on that one as well, so when you do fire it, make sure you kind of understand you're going to be slightly out of the count just for a second or so, because you see I'll fire it again, look in the right direction, and he staggers back, and I can't really do anything until he stands back up again. So those shots you can use straight off the bat. Now, holding down R2 will give you a charge shot, and obviously builds up the power, so you'll hit a bit harder with that. But what this also does as well is it gives you a tracer shot. Now, a tracer shot is an arrow that embeds itself in the target, and then all other arrows that you fire while that tracer arrow is in there will seek that target out. So if you're looking to destroy weak points on a monster, you hit that particular part, for example, with a tracer arrow, and then you shoot with any other arrows, and they will all arrive there, okay? So if I just press square now look, he'll change to a tracer arrow, and then I can pop that anywhere I want, and bang, you can see that it's being, it's fizzing away in there. We know that's a tracer arrow, so whenever I do a quick shot or anything like that, they will all, look, they'll seek into that tracer arrow. See them all spinning around there? Now, the tracer arrows only last for a certain amount of time. They will disappear quickly once the timer runs out, or they're destroyed. However, if you shoot a tracer arrow and you hold down L2 now, but you're actually aiming, what you can do here is, I'll hold down a charge shot, look, and you can see there's little dots appear. So let me show it to you there again. You can see I've got 1 dot, 2 dot. Now, what that means is the power when you're doing a charge shot, but if you're doing a tracer arrow, this doesn't make it a more powerful shot, but it means it lasts longer when it's embedded in the monster's face when it's wandering around. So as you've got 2 dots on it, the tracer arrow will last longer if it's had a 2 dot shot instead of one that you've just gone, hang on, if just one that you've just gone bang and fired straight off. Okay, so there we go. Those are your 2 tracer arrow shots. And tracer arrows are incredibly useful because, like I say, you can just destroy particular parts of a monster. It's very, very useful. Then, of course, you've got your combos, which are based on all the things we've just had a little look at. So we've got the Dragon Piercer combo, which is R2, and then circle, 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 and then we get the one at the end there, the Dragon Piercer, bang, and we've got a little combo there. And then we've got the 1,000 Dragons combo, which is the same thing, but just holding R2 down on the end or whatever your control is on your Xbox or on the PC. So we'll go bang, and then we'll go circle and circle, and then we'll do the last one at the end like that, and 1,000 dragons there as well. Nice. And then that third combo is the tracer combo. So what we're doing is we're charging up the shot, getting a tracer arrow out like that, and then we're letting it fly into a particular target like this, and then we're just hitting with the volley shots afterwards, bang, and that'll destroy the tracer. Well, the tracer's still there, look, as well. So that's pretty cool for getting a nice thing on targets. You're just stringing them together. So you've got tracer arrow, shoot that baby like that, and then power arrow thingy and power volley thingy. Excellent. Now, while we're talking about the tracer arrows, we've got another gauge you can see down there in the right-hand corner, and you've got coatings there as well, okay? Now, the gauge, first of all, is used up by adding coatings to your arrows or by firing tracer arrows, okay? So if you, I'll charge the arrow up, I'll get my tracer arrow out, look, and then once I fire the tracer arrow, you'll see it'll drop down, okay, like that, and it'll eat it all up. Let me just do it again, and fire another one, bang, and it drops it down again, okay? Now, to charge that back up, you need to just hold your charge shots. So if I just do a charge shot now, look, you can see it, the gauge builds back up, 1, 2, and then we're up to the top, okay? So you've got to be aware that that gauge will run low if you're firing lots of tracer arrows or you're applying coatings. Now, the coatings, you can see here, if I hold down L1, so you can change the 2 little menus, okay? So you can see you've got your menu with your potions and whatnot, but I've got triangle and X, which changes my menu here. Now, the types of coatings that you put on your bow, you don't craft them. They're not like ammo where you craft from stuff. They are just intrinsic to the particular bow that you have. So the only coating I've got on my Artian bow here is a close range coating, okay? I can't put anything else. Look, doesn't matter what I select, that's all I've got. That's because that's all that's built into my bow. So what I need to do to apply that coating is I just press triangle. Look, it says use or remove coatings. I tap triangle and it'll go bang, and I got 10 of those coatings in there. And then when I use my arrows, you can see every time I use a shot, my coating will go down, okay? You see, it doesn't matter how many shots I use. Look, it's just basically one pull, one draw of the string will drop the coating down. And you can see as well, of course, that then when I applied those coatings, reduced the bar there. I think it's, what's it called, like the sharp shooting bar, your trick bar, your trick shot bar. Yeah, that's what it's called. So those are coatings. Now, if you're wondering how to get different coatings for your different bows, that's exactly all you have to do. You have to pick up a different bow. So let me put my bow away. I'm going to go into my little makeshift camp here. I'll just go down to my change equipment, and I'll just go into my primary here and look at my bows, and you can see, so the one I've got there, let's have a little look here. Let's just flick along until we can see the coatings. Here we go. So you can see I've only got close range coating on that one. If I move to the next one, look, I've got a pierce coating on that one and a close range coating. On this one here, I've got power coating, poison coating, and close range coatings. So of course, all these coatings apply different statuses or have different power effects depending on how you use them. Poison, self-explanatory, power, self-explanatory. So it does depend what you're really after. Now, I'm still exploring coatings to see what's what, but the one note I've got at the moment, because you're going to craft out loads of bows in the end, I'd imagine, but I'm only using the close range coating, to be honest, but a power coating, quite frankly, sounds like it would be the best. See, that one there's got an exhaust coating on it, and yeah, so that's what it is. You don't have to apply them, they're just already built into the bow that you're using. So you can see here I've got no coatings left on my bow now, so what I'll do is I'll just go shoot some shots here. 1, 2, you can see I get 16, 20, and 16 now from the shot. Now let's put the coating on. Now what the close range coating does is it reduces your range, but it increases the damage. Let's see what this does. There we are, you can see, look, it's hitting harder, okay? Excellent, that's pretty cool. So they are worth putting on and using, the close range ones, but that's how the coatings work. And if you're wondering when you zoom in what those little milk bottles are along the bottom, that's actually how many coating charges you have left. So you can see I've got 9 there left. I'll shoot again and it'll just drop down, look, each time. So that's just a visual representation, so you can see how many charges you know you got before you can top them up. You don't have to wait until you go down to 0 as well. You can just tap triangle and then you'll top them back up again there as well. Lovely. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you here. You've got your charging sidestep. I'm holding L2 down here and I'm just dodging in the various locations. But if you press triangle straight afterwards, you'll do a flying swallow shot, which is this. Yes, which is quite good. So we'll do that again. We'll do a dodge, and then a jump, and then a bang. So you do have to aim where you go in. So you dodge. Yeah, that's quite good. It'll give you a little bit of damage while you're getting out of the way as well. You can see I'm inflicting wounds on these gates as well, which is nice. So don't forget about that one. You can be inflicting damage, doesn't matter what you're doing. Now, the next thing I want to show you is what made me fall in love with the bow. You're going to be using this all the time, and it's just in a constant play loop. I know everything else is lovely little sprinkles on top, okay? The first thing you want to do is hold down L2, and then you want to hold down R2 and get your charging up. And then you can see it says arc shot there, okay? Circle. Press circle, and then this little reticle appears on the floor. You move it around with the right stick. I believe when it's white, it doesn't mean it's going to hit anything, and when it's red, it means it is going to hit something, or at least one of the arrows is, because what it does is it fires a massive arrow up into the sky, and then loads of arrows rain down on that spot where that circle is. So I'll leave go. Boom, there goes the arrow, and then it goes dum. Of course, that gives you loads of damage, but it also drops those little fizzy arrows in there. They are kind of like tracer arrows, except your shots won't curl in on them now, okay? But what you can do is hold down L2 again, and then hold down R1 to get your Hailstorm. And then this Hailstorm will lock on to these arrows. And you can see there's a triangle on each one of them. And the longer you hold on, once you've got all 3 points of the triangle locked, you'll get a bigger explosion and they'll hit harder. Okay, so bang, boom, there we go. And they're all destroyed. Bang, boom, they're all destroyed again. Now then, there's a couple of extra things about this. First of all, when you whip it out, the longer you hold down the charge, the larger area will be covered by the arrows. So watch now. I'll hold down here and they go bump, bump. See the arrow getting bigger? The ground getting bigger there, rather. Let's do that again. Oh, yeah, I've shot it off. I'll do it again. Circle, bang, bang. Okay, that's just holding the charge shot down. All right, so leave that go flying off there. Then once the arrows have been showered on the gits, you can hold down again, look, and then you can press R1 and you'll be able to lock onto them. Once the arrows are up to full strength on the corners of the triangles, it'll go boom and blow it up again. But did you notice there, look, that he fired twice in a row? Now, the reason why he fired twice was because it was wounded. And if you hit a wound with that focus fire Hailstorm, then you get another burst to attack it again. So you can see here, for example, now we'll just do a normal one. We've got no gittage at all. We've got no wounds, rather. I'll drop the Hailstorm arrows down. I'm holding L2 down to see if any wounds come up. So there we go. No wounds on that one. So once I just do the Hailstorm there, you'll see, once he locks on, 2, 3, leave go. Just shoot the once, okay? But if I inflict a wound here, so let's just get a wound going. Let's see, my pierce, I shouldn't give it a wound straight off. Nearly, let's try it again. So there we go, you can see I've got some wounds that I can use now. So let's bring the old Hailstorm down on this baby here, like this. Now once those land in there, Once I do the lock on, you can see, look, it locks onto the wounds as well as those tracer arrows, and I'm going to get 2 volleys out of him. So you go bang 1 and bang 2. There we go. So that is excellent. If you can mix in locking onto a wound with your focus fire Hailstorm, you'll get shed loads of damage. It's great. Now, what you need to do next is go and take your bow and practice. And believe me, once it clicks, you'll love it. The combat flows really well, particularly with the arrow storms and then the lock-on as well. That's going to start giving you lots and lots of damage. That's what actually encouraged me to use the bow more and more, because it's almost like an easy mode to apply damage first of all. And don't forget as well the more simple combos, like tapping the right trigger 3 times so you can get the 1 arrow, the 2 arrow, then the 3 arrows, or the circle for a volley and then a powerful volley. What they do is really chip away at the health, but they also create wounds. And the bow is fantastic at destroying wounds. Because you know what it's like when you've got a sword, or for example the dual swords. I had to get in really close, find the wound, and then hack it in order to start the animation in order to get the wound destruction phase. Whereas with the bow, all you've got to do is back off, and then you've got to do the lock on. And once you do the lock on and wait for the triangles to go beep, 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 it'll zoom straight on in and slam it for you. It's absolutely brilliant. Hooray! We're masters at killing poor defenseless creatures. Let's carve them up and wear them. There you go, folks. I hope you found those tips useful. Get in there with the bows. They are really, really excellent. I've also done a video on settings in Monster Hunter, and you want to have a check of these because these will make your gaming life a lot easier. So check that one out here too. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall hope to see you all again very soon. Sausage, head.